Hello and welcome back to Onlink with Night Dagger. I'm just about to log into my world. Took a couple days off simply because, well, too much of any one game starts to burn you out a little bit. And I was starting to feel a little bit with Onlink. Wanted to revive one of my old passions. I started playing League of Legends again. Might do some live streaming of League of Legends over the next couple of days if any of you guys are fans of that series or that game. So, check back for that. To start out with today, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go take a look at Uplink Internal Services. We're going to check the mission list and see if there's anything here that looks really interesting. Trace a hacker who recently broke into our systems. Now, this mission is several hours old. It's also several days old. No, we don't want to take that one, because if we take that one, the hacker is already going to have covered their tracks. We're not going to be able to find him. So, no, we're not going to do that. We will never be able to succeed at that. Elite agent required for destruction of computer system. This sounds like our kind of deal. Can't offer us any more money. That's because the minimum rating for this is our rating. But we're already rich, so let's go ahead and take it. Let's find out who our victim is. Our victim is going to be the Parametric Microsystems Central Mainframe. Now, we are going to disconnect out of here, and we're going to tag that. Let's go ahead and first of all cancel out of this. Let's start our trace tracker, and let's go ahead and set up our motion sensor as well. Security trace tracker go. Now, the mainframe that we are after is going to be right here. We're going to load our bounce path, we're going to connect to it, and right away we are going to notice a problem. As soon as I can manage to click the stupid, you know what? I'm not running the trace tracker, I don't care. The computer you tried to access will not accept external connections. Well, that would be a problem, wouldn't it? What we need to do is we need to bounce our path through a trusted system so it thinks that it's being contacted by a trusted system, such as the Parametric Microsystems Internal Services machine, which is way over here. For some reason, half a world apart. Whatever, we don't ask questions in this game. So we're going to route to there. And now we're going to route to here. When we connect, all of a sudden we can get in. But this requires a voice prone identification. Without a matching voice, we can't get in. Okay, so how do you find a voice print? Well, in this game, certain information is public knowledge. Excuse me for just a second. Still having problems with my throat gumming up on me. Not exactly sure what's going on. We're going to go into Browse. And here's the Parametric Microsystems Public Access Server. This stores all publicly known information for the company. So we're going to tag him. And we're going to load our bounce path. We're going to connect to that system. Okay, and if you take a look here, we've got a managing director and we've got an administrator. The administrator is Deb Frost. Here's her telephone number. Let's add that to our database. Let's give her a call, shall we? Over here, we're going to come to, where is it? Other. Voice Analyzer. Now, here it's a female voice. There aren't any female voices that are recorded as part of the game yet, so you're not actually going to hear anything. But if it's one of the male voices, sometimes you'll hear him talk. And one of the guys sounds absolutely hilarious. He's like, hello? Yeah, hello? Hello? Regardless. Let's go ahead and pull up our gateway setup, we're going to switch our data bank. We've now saved Deb Frost's voice print. Alright, now, let's go through all this again. Let's connect to there. Then we'll bounce over here to our target machine. And we're going to connect. Alright, now, voice print identification. We click on that. And again, if we had a voice to go on, it would actually speak this. It would go, "Hello, I am the system administrator. My voice is my passport. Verify me." Wait a couple of seconds. And we have access granted. I'm going to start my trace tracker. Oh, we're being traced. They don't like it. You can see on here we've got a red line. Now, this is because I didn't bypass the security like I should have. So let's go through and bypass all the security now because we have to do it to go any further anyway. Bandwidth monitor. I want bypasser, bandwidth monitor. There we go. Bypasser, sentry. Bypasser, encryption. Bypasser, firewall. Bypasser, proxy. Everything is bypassed. We're going to break the password to the admin section. We are into the mainframe. Now, we can go here to the file server and take a look around, but when they say they want it destroyed, they mean they want it destroyed. They want it offline. The easiest way to do that is going to be to go in here to the console, and it's going to pull up a console menu for you. We're going to change to the user directory. We're going to delete everything. Trace is 19% done. These guys had a pretty good monitor, so. And you can see the trace progress here. Okay, all files are deleted. We are going to change directory to the system directory. So we're now in sys. We're going to delete everything out of here. We're going to delete the boot files. We're going to delete the OS, and we're going to delete the kernel. Okay, and it is now done, almost. There we go. It's done. And now we're going to shut it down. Shutdown is complete. It's going to try to reboot. It's going to try to load the kernel. Of course, the kernel doesn't exist anymore because we deleted it, so it's going to fail. It's going to try to connect to an external backup server, but this one doesn't have an external backup server, so it can't get to it. It's going to try to connect to a lifter server, but it doesn't have one, so it can't get to it. The system is going to fail completely, and it's going to kick us. That's because this system is not online at the moment. If we were to ping that, it would come up not available. We're going to connect to one of these days. There we go. Don't need the voice analyzer anymore. We're going to go to security, log deleter, access logs, and we're going to wipe out all of this stuff referring to us. I'm going to leave the rest of this stuff for now just because I do need to get rid of these. Connection established, connection closed. We don't have a connection established. Let's see here. We can go ahead and get rid of this connection closed. It'll take that connection establish. Oh wait, there's our connection establish. So let's go ahead and wipe out this connection establish. And if we were to page down here, we'll see a whole bunch of logs down here. Well, it's just connection closed and a connection established, so not a big deal. We'll disconnect out of here. Now, if we were to reply to this mission right now, I'll just do it to show you. they're going to say, oh, nope, nope, nope. We haven't heard word that the system has been destroyed. What they are waiting for, let's go ahead and delete this. That was our last completed mission. What they are waiting for is they're waiting for a credible report from a third party. They're not going to take our word for it. What more credible third party is there than Global News? So we are going to come in here. We're going to go into forward, and we're going to wait about 3 hours. Parametric Microsystems has been deliberately shut down. And now we are going to go, are you happy now? Oh yes, they're very happy. Now, my Neuromancer rating changed. My rating is aggressive. That's because I have done a major hack against a major company as opposed to an individual. In the world of Uplink, if you perform major hacks against major companies, your Neuromancer rating goes up. You become more trustworthy. If you ruin the lives of individual people, your Neuromancer rating goes down. I've never actually noticed it really do anything. Quite honestly, most of the high-end missions are usually against individuals anyway. So, your Neuromancer rating almost always ends up eventually, sooner or later, sociopathic, which is the absolute worst rating you can get, but it doesn't seem to hurt anything. Now, let's exit out of here. Let's go back to the mission list. Highly skilled agent required for a removal job. They want someone to go away. Let's do that one. They want a rating of uber skilled. We are well past uber skilled right now, so let's see if we can squeak a little more money out of them. Yep. Now, this is against an individual, so our Neuromancer rating is probably going to go down after we're done with this. Now, they want Mallory Mundy gone. They don't care how we do it, as long as she goes away for a while. The easiest way to do this mission is the Global Criminal Database. Which we still have tagged. It's up here. Okay, we've connected. We are not currently being traced. We are going to bypass their monitor, bypass their bandwidth monitor, bypass their proxy, and we're going to log in. We'll break their cipher. We'll break their VD pin. Sometimes I can get lucky and get these. Aw, damn. Screw it. Crack this thing for me, please. If you guys are playing this game, there's actually kind of a cheating method you can use for these things. There is a website, and if I remember, I will try to post it in the description for this video. There's a website that has a Flash version or a Java version of Lights Out that allows you to program it. It's a 5x5, and it's exactly the same as this. So you can give it the code, and it'll solve it for you. Now, they've probably redone the password by now. Oh, no, they haven't. They didn't change the password? Well, I guess they never really knew I was hacking them to begin with, so... Although, actually, I may want to have them catch me. Let's kill the monitor bypass. I want them to trace me. I want them to know there's something going on. There we go. Because if they don't know anything's going on, they may and never actually report that the hack was done. We're going to look for Mallory Mundy. You can see the GCD is kinda fast, kinda slow. Okay, here she is. Now, we can't just authorize her arrest. We have to convict her of something. So let's say she is guilty of having a 5-head. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you put on here. Not being blonde. And parole. Let's see here. How about violated by parole? That's good. As long as you have 2 convictions and something with the word parole in it, you can authorize an arrest. She will be arrested in 3 hours. Let's clean up our logs. Get rid of the password off, get rid of the bounce. Disconnect. No, cancel. Let's go back to Uplink Internal Services. And let's watch the news, shall we? Arrested for computer fraud? Wonder why that is. Well, I never actually framed her for computer fraud. I framed her for basically just lying, but whatever. Neuromancer is now notorious. Went down. Quite a bit, actually. Okay. Let's exit the news and let's look for another mission. Highly skilled agent required for removal job. Nah, let's not do another one of those. Find financial details of one of our associates. Who is the target? Nobody we would know. How secure is the target? There will be some defense in action. I want more money. Okay, let's do it. Okay, they want to know this guy's bank balance. This is an easy hack. This is a very easy hack considering they're paying us $6,000. This is how you can make a fairly decent amount of money in the early game without really having to do anything super totally illegal. Let's untag all this stuff. We need microcommunications tagged. Let's load our bounce path, connect to the bank. Now, do we have an account on this bank? 81. No, we don't have an account, so let's go ahead and create an account. Okay. We have an account on this bank now. Let's get out of here. Let's go to manage an existing account, and now let's bypass their security. Now these guys, we don't want them to know we were here if we can avoid it. There are certain situations where you want to be detected and traced. There are certain situations where you don't. Now, the previous hack where I intentionally got traced, I probably didn't have to, but I did anyway. Alright, we're going to break into account number 5789382. We're not being traced. They don't know we're here. Let's view his account. He has $13,822. They got their answer. They're happy. Let's view his statement. We've got a couple of empty logs here. Wonder what's going on there. Also notice that the numbers don't add up here. Somebody has been a bad monkey. But whoever it is, he covered his tracks fairly well. Let's go into the admin section, clean up our logs, just for good practice. Oops, I didn't mean to delete that one. I meant to delete the password off. So we're going to have to close the connection and reopen it in order to keep our logs from looking weird. Let's get rid of the password off. And let's get rid of this password, this close. There we go. 237.31.23.206 has been looking at things a little too closely for my likings recently. They've accessed files twice. They were connected for a total of 4 minutes. Let's look in on them. But we need a new tool before we can do that. The IP probe will help, but it won't get us the answer we need. The answer we need is, who is this asshole? For that, we need a software upgrade. We need an IP lookup. We have IP lookup. We can now figure out who's been snooping, and whether or not they were snooping after us. Now, what I'm about to do here is probably unnecessary. You shouldn't really have to worry about this in the game. I'm doing it mostly for fun, but I'm also doing it as kind of an exercise. What I'm about to do is essentially how you trace a hacker. We're going to go into the admin menu. We're going to access the logs. We're going to delete this password authentication that we just left. And we're going to go to Other IP Lookup. We are interested in who is behind 237.31.23.206. (237.31.23.206). Gus Burtress's personal computer. He connected directly. This gives us a good opportunity. Let's find out what this guy wants. Now, because we looked him up, his IP address has been added to our address book. Let's take a closer look at Gus. He is right there. We're going to load our bounce path, connect to him. No external logins permitted. Please leave now. First of all, let's check his security. He has a monitor, a proxy, and a firewall. Let's bypass all three. Monitor's bypassed. Proxy's bypassed. Firewall's bypassed. Now, you notice there's no login screen here. This is where PC Force comes into play. If you look here, we can pull up a read-only hash. We can't pull up any of the other hashes at the moment. If we come here to our PC tools, and we run an MD2 crack on here, all of a sudden, we have his read-only password. And we have the hashes for his writes and his admins. From here, we can inject a login module. We can't inject the main menu module. We have to have write access for that. However, we can access his screen here. Now, we need a voice print for him. We don't have one. So we're probably never going to actually be able to do anything here. Let us come back to here, and let's go PC Tools. Let's crack his right password, which is encrypted with MD4. There's his right password. He has no gateway, he has no server, so he's not an uplink agent, which means he wasn't tracing us. He's probably just looking for information on something else, or, you know, who knows. We're not quite done yet. Let's crack his admin password. This one's going to take a while longer. Oh, he noticed. We're being traced. So, real quick, let's crack root access. Okay. We can come here and we can inject all of our modules. Now, we can't actually do anything because we have to be logged in. We need a voice print to log in. We could look around on public access servers and see if we can find this guy, see if he is anywhere, but it's more pain in the ass than it's worth. However, we did get some interesting information. We have his bank account number. 7525. Let's clear this. 7525362. On bank 1813. Let's disconnect and cover our tracks. And again, we can check in on this guy, we can check in on anyone we want here. This is generally how you do trace a hacker. Now, if you're tracing a hacker, they're not going to log in from their personal computer. They're going to log in through a bounce path. They're usually going to have 4 or 5 bounces, and along the way there's going to be a log that they've modified or a log that they've deleted in order to hide their tracks. You have to use the log undeleter software to pick up the trail, but you basically just follow a bounce path, exactly how they would trace us. You go from one server to the next, look for something that happened at the time of the hack, and just follow the trace path. Now, let's disconnect from here. Let's pull up our list of banks. 1813 is microcommunications. Hey, we were just there. Come on. We're going to go to Manage Existing Account. We're going to bypass all their security. Monitors down. Bandwidth monitors down. Proxies down. His account number was 7525362. And we're in. This guy has 18,000. He has a loan out for 5,900. He's got a missing log too. And his numbers don't add up either. But nothing really interesting. This is part of the fun of the game, if you ask me. Yes, going through and doing the missions is kind of entertaining, but it's when you get to a point where you don't really have to worry too much about money anymore, and you can just do whatever the hell you want, simply because you can. Hack the world, man. That's when it gets fun. Cover our tracks. Disconnect. Let's go back to, let's turn this guy's personal computer off. Let's turn the bank off. We don't need that machine highlighted anymore. Let's go back to Uplink Internal Services for a few minutes. Pull up our mission list. What else is there to do? Help to bankrupt a rival. Could do that. Let's see, what do we want to do here? Destroy customer records on a sales system. This is sometimes on a LAN, sometimes it's not. I'm not ready to do a LAN hack yet because they're a pain in the ass. Let me show you why you don't want to do change DNS records. Notice that the payment on this job is only 2,000 credits. Even if you get them to boost it up, it's only going to go up to about 2,200 credits. Change the DNS record for a server. It's on the Primus Computer's name server. They don't have an IP address for it. So the first thing we need to do is we need to find the DNS record. We need to find the name server. In order to do that, you got to go to Internic. You got to break the admin password. You got to go into their DNS records and you got to look it up from there. Okay, this is their IP address. Let's go ahead and add that to our system. Let's cancel out of here. Let's go into the logs and let's kill the password authentication accepted. Now let's load this up. Let's connect to Primus Computer's name server. Come on. Okay, we get into here. Let's pull this up. Let's go monitor bypass, proxy bypass. Now I want you to notice the levels. Monitor 5, proxy 5. In order to even have a chance of doing this mission, you have to have a proxy killer. This is actually light security for one of these name servers. I have seen a name server that had a monitor 5, bandwidth monitor 4, proxy 4, firewall 3, sentry 2, encryption 4, or something like that. It was ridiculous. It's how do you expect me to handle all that and you're only paying me 2,000 credits? That's why I say don't bother with them. They're a complete waste of your time. You can get lucky, or you can get not so lucky. These guys' security sucks aside from those. We're going to search the database. We're going to pull up this IP address. It's 241.241.162.16. It's the Primus Computer Central Mainframe. Now, they want us to change the administrative contact, so we are going to click on the administrative contact, and we are going to change it to Danny Porter. Okay. We have updated the DNS record for the server. They've noticed that it's done. They're happy. We're going to disconnect. Wipe our logs. If that hack seemed really easy, it's only because I had the software to do it, and it's because I got lucky. If you try to do those missions early in the game, you can get completely screwed. Back to Uplink Internal Services. Anything in the news recently? Nothing major. Should look into ARC at some point here. Mission list. Steal valuable scientific research documents. Need 120 gigaquads of space. Falsify social security document. I've already done missions at the International Academic Database. I've done missions at the Global Criminal Database. Falsify social security is exactly the same as those, except the difficulty is somewhere between the two. It's harder than International Academic. It's not as hard as the GCD, but you're doing the same sort of stuff. You're changing someone's personal status to employed from deceased. Like we want to use this person's identity, so change their identity or change their status from deceased to employed, or this person's got it too easy. Change theirs from employed to deceased to make things harder on them. You know, it's the same stuff, so I don't have to do that. Copy large and secure corporate database. This needs 60 gigaquads of space. I only have about 5 minutes left in this episode. Let's go ahead and do that one. But we want more money. Okay. Our target is Capital Associates Internal Services. Which is right there. We're going to load our bounce path. We're going to connect to it. And we're going to go, first of all, let's bypass security. Oh, this is a pretty secure server. Bypass their monitor, their bandwidth monitor, their sentry, firewall, and proxy. They don't have an encryption. Okay, we're in, but they are tracing us. Now, what did these guys want us to copy? They want us to steal all of the data files. So, what we need is everything here marked data. I don't know, I usually don't do these missions. Yeah, it's the ones with ending in .dat. So, we're going to open our memory banks. We're going to go File Utilities, File Copier. And we're just going to start from the top. Okay, Capicorp 2.dat. Capicorp 1.dat. 3. Notice how fast this is going? 4. 5. 6. And that should do it. Now, we're going to go clean our logs. Come on. Come on. And our logs are clean. Now, I don't know if you noticed when I was in that server, but all of the data we just copied is encrypted. If we were to upload this to the file server that they asked us to upload it to, we would get something back saying, hey, we can't do anything with this. We can't read it. Give it to us in a form we can use, please. Matter of fact, I'll just connect to it and show you. Okay, now, they gave us a name and a login. So, we can get in, there's no security, so they don't really care that we're here. They're allowing us to be here. We already have the file copier up, so we're going to copy that. We're just going to paste everything in here. Three, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now, let's disconnect from here. That was not an illegal hack. We were doing what they asked us to, so we don't have to delete our logs. We will anyway, but we don't have to. If we were to reply to this mission right now, we're going to get an email back saying, we can see some files on the file server, but they appear to be encrypted. You need to decrypt them first. This is where you need the decryptor. So we need to come in here, we need to go to the software upgrades, and we need the decryptor. However, these were encrypted at level 7. So we need the biggest and best decryptor we can get. They don't have to be on our hard drive to decrypt them. We can decrypt them from someone else's. Okay, all the files are decrypted. They're happy. And that, I think, is going to just about do it for this episode. We're going to come here and we're going to clean up our logs real quick. Log in the admin. Access logs, security, log deleter. Kill those. And we're good. We're happy. This has been Night Dagger with Let's Play Onlink. I will be back sometime either tonight or within the next day or two with a new episode. So look forward to that. Hope you guys are enjoying this real soon. And I will see you then.